Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Jedi Talk. I am your host, Brad Hughes.
Hello there. I'm your co-host, Evan T. Boucher.
Evan, what's up, home skillet?
Dude, nothing much. We probably will get into it later, but discovering the key to delicious fuzzy tauntauns is pretty amazing. I've been enjoying those a lot recently.
Have you been making a bunch of them?
Yeah. It's almost like a every other night thing now.
Wow.
So
last week, we actually recorded a full-on episode that was actually
a
really
one.
good.
I feel terrible.
And for whatever reason, the power strip that sits underneath me where all the stuff plugs into kind of gave out, and it completely lost the 2-hour episode, and we were just so annoyed that we just kind of were like, you know what, 2 hours, and it was like midnight at that point. We're like, we don't have another time to do another 2 hours, so we just waited a week, and we're just gonna. The reason I wanted to wait a week, sorry, there's been no podcast in like 2 weeks, but the reason I wanted to wait a week was because I didn't want it to feel like we were just kind of rehashing and kind of going with emotions with the stuff that we were talking about in the last episode, because then it would feel like not organic and just awkward. So I didn't want to do it. So that's why we're still working on the live stream stuff. Well, actually, I think we even talked about that yet, because that might have been on the episode that got lost.
It was. It was
okay.
the lost episode.
So on the lost episode,
that was the night that we discovered the fuzzy tauntaun.
Yes.
At least at home.
We didn't tell the glasses. We
Even
found
the
fuzzy
glasses.
tauntaun glasses.
Yeah.
On Amazon. They're smaller than the original size, but we found 6-ounce fuzzy tauntaun glasses, and I've been drinking like water out of them and anything I can find to drink.
I mean, I've done that too, but I've also been doing fuzzy tauntauns.
So you were fancy. You bought all the stuff. You bought the Ciroc. You bought everything.
Yeah,
we
dude.
made
Yeah,
exact fuzzy tauntaun.
No
replicas. No foam.
Sadly, no foam.
Well, I'm gonna buy the seeds for it.
We're gonna have foam
because they are available on Amazon.
Yeah.
The Buzz Button Sprouts, I think is what they're called.
But I mean, we were throwing that
this
up
is
on the
already making me
Oga's
nervous.
coaster, and it looked good.
This is already making me. I'm gonna move this to the other side of the table.
Oh boy,
Go ahead, keep talking.
This is very sketchy. I'm concerned. If it goes out, at least we'll only lose 4 minutes of podcast and 2 minutes, even better. But like, it looks great because I throw like the Oga's coaster under it, and then I got the fuzzy tauntaun. It's the same color, same taste, and like I verified it for sure because I went like less than 36 hours after I had Oga's at like 9:40 a.m. or whatever. And yeah, it tastes just like it.
Is it identical?
It's identical.
I knew it. I knew when we were trying them.
Yeah, it's just like the Ronto, how you made the Rontos that one day. And
yeah, that was fun. That was one of my favorite videos we ever made. It's a good video over on YouTube. YouTube.com/BradVentures. I want to talk about that too. I rebranded. I hate that word, but I rebranded the YouTube channel to not be Jedi Talk or Park Views with Brad Hughes or Florida Fun, which is what it was for a while. It is now, and I'm gonna stick with this name for a while because
that's what they all say.
The reason I changed it again was because it was impossible to. If you looked up Florida Fun, the channel wouldn't show up, and we have enough subscribers where that shouldn't be an issue at this point.
Right.
But for whatever reason, if you typed in Florida Fun on YouTube, it would just bring up random videos. And you'd have to scroll like 2 pages down to find the channel. So if you can't find it, and like you tell someone's like, what's the name of your channel? Florida Fun. And they look for it and
they
can't find it.
They'll give up.
It's useless.
Like,
and there's no point in having it.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the channel hadn't been growing like it was at one point, and that's the reason. So I changed it to Brad Ventures, just Brad Ventures. That's it. YouTube.com/BradVentures.
It's got a sick pineapple logo.
Yeah. It's got the pineapple
sunglasses. He's chilling.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
But we're going to dive into the stuff that we talked about in the last episode, on this episode. And Evan, what's the first thing we're going to talk about? And then some.
More.
And then some.
Yeah. Well, like, we got the live shows that we're trying to put together. Yeah. I don't think we announced it except for the last episode that we just did. So
go ahead.
My amazing brother who made us those sweet shoes has a video on my channel and your channel. Sick custom Star Wars Chucks, right? Yeah, Converse Chucks. He is also a tech genius, like smarter than I'll ever be. Like, and he's put together some live stream with our sick logo and like transitions, like Star Wars wipes and like backgrounds and you name it, it's there. GIFs and sound effects, it's there. So he's been working his ass off on that for weeks now. And he's got it figured out. So soon, maybe within a week or so, we'll have some live shows going up.
That'll be really fun.
We want to do every Wednesday night. That's our plan.
Well, if this works and we can get it to do it right, it will be every Wednesday around 9:30, 10, something like that.
Star Wars Wednesdays.
So look forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun once we get that up and running. I'm really, really excited about that. And you guys wait till you see all the stuff that Austin did.
I don't know how he did it.
I still don't know how he does it.
You're way more technologically savvy than I am, but it
looks like a professional, like I mean, like, it honestly looks better than anything I've seen
Right.
from professional.
And Austin
live
watches
streamers.
like 10 different video game streamers. So he's like taken the best from what they do and like combined it to this.
He nailed it. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Gonna have to watch my mouth.
It's whatever.
No, okay. We edit some stuff out of this show.
That's
There
true.
was one time we had to edit 20 minutes out.
That's true. We just can't name drop. We do a lot of name drops by
Yeah.
accident. So
Yeah, I do a lot of that.
yeah.
Do
That's
a
all
lot
right.
of that.
We can
Sorry.
drop this name though. Our boy Alex, the Schmodown. You talked about it on the last
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, I still haven't talked to him about it.
No.
But I'm going to message him tonight because it's like 5 a.m. his time right now.
Yeah, you can't do it now.
But the movie trivia Schmodown, something I've been a fan of. I've been to live events. I love the Schmodown.
yeah,
They have a Star Wars division,
of course.
and they are recruiting people. Not recruiting. They're drafting people
I was gonna say it's a draft. Yeah.
from Star Wars Newsnet, which is It was before Alex was even. Like, I introduced Alex to Star Wars Newsnet
Right.
by telling him that's how we got the show notes for the show. By complete chance, he found out he was working for the movie side of it, and then started working for movienews.net, I think is the website. And then they had someone they needed to cover Star Wars, and he's like, I know a lot of Star Wars stuff, and they let him start writing for them. So I don't know, but if Alex is in the Schmodown, dude, I'm gonna be so freaking happy for that.
We're gonna
kid.
have to have like a
Let's
watch
do
party
it.
or something.
Oh, dude,
We
I'm gonna
should
be
definitely-
cheering him on.
Yeah.
I would even I would help him train.
Oh yeah. That'd be awesome. Come up with questions for him
Yeah.
and like yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Maybe that could be like a show that we do, just us quizzing him. Like,
Ooh,
that's
a good one.
sounds interesting.
We could do a fake spin. I'll get in contact with him and see if he
Yeah.
even gets, because he might not. It depends
True.
on who's there. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
find out because his articles are I know I'm a little biased here because he's one of my best friends.
Right.
The best articles that they have are written by him, I think, personally, because he does a in-depth weekly wrap-up of all the stuff that was released on Marvel comics, and
Yeah.
he's up to date on everything. So
Which is a lot. So I don't know how he
I
does.
still haven't finished High Republic. I literally haven't read a single word since the
last
time
time,
we did
but
a
you've been
episode.
flying through it. You've been busy. It's not because it's bad.
Oh God,
It's
no!
'cause
I've been
a page
itching
turner
for a time
it
to
is.
read it, but I've literally been. I have stories to tell from this week at Epcot. I've been at Epcot a lot lately, and it's really stressing me out.
I was there yesterday, and yeah. So I mean, we can little sidetrack now, but I know I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say, but I really don't care. But when I saw that fountain and the spires, I actually cried.
It's unbelievable.
I cried.
It's unreal.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is
shocked. I
so
thought you were gonna
gorgeous.
call me some names.
Oh, no,
here.
no, no. So
Wow.
here's
I
the-
cried. I was like, this is amazing.
So a lot of the crap I talk about Epcot is kind of a bit at this point. Like I
Yeah,
don't
but-
genuinely like a lot of the stuff that's there.
Right.
But the park's
You
fine.
really don't like living with the land.
No,
Like
I hate that ride.
Yeah.
I love the seas.
Yeah, I love the
how
seas
it is
too.
now. I don't
It's
like
as
living
close
with
as
the
we
land.
get to Sea Base Alpha.
I think
Like,
Soarin' is the most overrated ride
I
on the
agree.
planet.
Well, that and Flight of Passage, but they're the same
I
ride.
think Soarin's
So
more overrated because
I agree with that.
because it's just been around longer and people act
It's
like
from
it's God's
04,
gift to-
right? I think 04.
I think 02 in Disneyland.
That's true. It was Disneyland first.
DCA.
You're right.
I think
Yeah.
it was 02 when they announced when they had it released over there. Maybe
Yeah.
2001, 2002, something like that. But I just think it's overrated and the
I
land's
agree.
boring. That being said, I have a Horizons and a Kitchen Cabaret
But that's the thing. That's,
poster in my room because
that's
or in
the
my living room.
past. They're
be-
gone.
It's the best. Like old
Yeah.
Epcot was. I always get it's like
Exactly.
old Epcot wasn't as good as you remember it, and that's actually partially true.
Yeah.
I
I,
think
mean, in
it
like
was-
nostalgia colored glasses.
And it was
like
it's nostalgia and rose colored at this point because you can't visit those things anymore.
right.
But I love, like, I've been on record. One of my favorite things in the history of the Walt Disney Company is the Wonders of Life Pavilion. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
It was just so unique and it was just so whimsical.
I never even did Body Wars.
You did
but
it? Oh,
no.
see, I remember. I
But
remember
I did
Cranium
Command. Yes.
and Body Wars
Buzzy,
very
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Um,
You're actually the one that stole Buzzy. I know. It's fine.
shh, don't tell anybody, bro.
He's sitting right next to us.
Jesus,
you
he's
have
right.
to move him for the live show.
This is he's not going to be in the stream, in the live stream.
Okay.
Got lawyers, we're joking. There's I'm in a garage. Actually, what's next to me is my Jeep doors.
Yeah, it's a little leery. I'm afraid to like fall off and
It's
hit
not
me.
going to fall. They're good.
Yeah.
It's just annoying that they're like right there.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, we don't
They're
usually have this
looming.
in here, but it was such a beautiful night. I had to take the doors off.
Of course. But yeah, like I
Jeep
remember
doors and a surfboard. That's what's in here. And
Yeah.
Funko
and
Pops.
thousands of Star Wars things and magic bands.
Yeah, there's more magic bands probably than anything else in here.
Yeah.
Guitar, a Masma,
A Masma.
a Phasma mug. Did you know the story about this?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So this was actually what I'm holding is I'm holding another souvenir Stein mugs that they have at the parks
From studios.
from Hollywood Studios. I have the Boba Fett and the Jango Fett one sitting over here too, but this one is the most interesting one because I broke my Chewbacca that I had, like the little clip right here, like when I pushed
Sounds
down,
pretty
it just,
personal.
when you push this down, it kind of hits and it broke off.
Yeah.
And I went up to them and I was like, because it was a souvenir I got from doing the Star Wars dessert party. I did it like 5 times. And I brought one of the Chewy mugs back because I was giving it to my dad or something, and it broke off. And I was like, it's like a week later. And I was like, we don't have the Chewbacca mugs anymore. And I was like, well, what do you have? And she goes, Captain Phasma. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, did you just, she was like, it's new today. And I was like, oh my God, can I trade this for one of those? And she's like, yeah, no problem. And this was only available. They did this for like the Run Disney Expo the year.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen many of those.
I think it was the Last Jedi. Had to be, because that was when I was here. Had to
2017.
be. Had to be, because I wasn't here when The Force Awakens came out. I hadn't moved here yet. I moved here shortly after. I remember seeing The Force Awakens at Disney Springs. That's how soon after.
Nice.
Like that March, I moved here. But I'm pretty sure. Well, it could have been the race after that. Either one. It was released for one of the two. But they gave these away because they didn't sell all of them as the dessert party for a little bit, and I got one of these from that. So that's a cool little mug that everyone, every time someone sees it, like, where'd you get that? I'm like,
Nice.
Disney's like,
yeah,
what?
I see the Fett ones. Everyone has one.
Yeah, I don't know
But
why.
like-
That's like the coolest one.
Actually, the Phasma one is the coolest one.
Because it's chrome. It's not like it's gray.
Yeah.
It's actual chrome. It's really, or not actual chrome, but it's reflective. It's really,
It's
really
actual
cool.
chrome.
Actual chrome.
They melted down Palpatine's yacht to make that. It's not made of chrome, whatever it's called. I forget what that metal is called, but
it's not adamantium, but it's something
no,
similar.
it's something similar. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I
mantium
remember.
or something in there. But
Whatever.
but
See,
no,
slow down question for Alex.
it really is. Yeah. Ooh, if he knows that, he'll win. He said. When I saw that fountain, though, that's exactly what it was. It just made me think of what Epcot was.
Yeah.
And that's why I cried. So I'm
Well,
like,
it's so funny to me that like they tore it down and then they just rebuilt it
Right?
like a few years later. It's
and
like, what
it
are you guys
looked,
doing?
but even like before the fountain, it looks so great now that just trees.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
There's no monoliths.
Nope.
They're finally gone.
And
It
once those
looks
construction walls are down,
It'll
I will
look
say
even better.
it is really nice up to Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
And then the second you walk up to Spaceship Earth, you look to the right, and it looks like
Yeah.
downtown Baghdad. It looks
It really
horrible.
does. It's like a
It
war
looks
zone.
terrible, and it's
Yeah.
just that's how
That's
construction
construction.
works.
That's how it is.
But I feel like they could have. I know the lockdown and everything, but I feel like they could have had some sort of construction crew that had like a
Maybe.
maybe not. Maybe it was
I
just.
don't know.
Well, I know they had security working, so some people were working during the pandemic, so they
Yeah.
could have had construction workers there. Whatever. But yeah, the new Epcot's gonna. I think it's really gonna be cool. And
But
I'm excited about it.
then I walked back
I
and
like that
saw
they're
the
embracing the oldness of
They are.
Epcot
yeah, and that's what they
with the
should
new
do.
logos and because that's what
Yeah.
made Epcot special.
Yeah.
You know, adding Mickey to it didn't do anything.
Don't make
that's
it-
the one thing that Michael Eisner had wrong. I think.
Yeah. Don't make it Magic Kingdom Part 2. It's a separate
It's
part.
supposed to be a whole
The
different
theme
thing.
parks have to have their own identity. And
Absolutely.
when they don't, that's when it gets like, why? There's
Yeah.
no point to it.
There's no point because there's no difference if they're not different.
Yeah. And then I walked back and I saw the Harmonious barges, and you're not kidding. Holy crap.
They're massive.
Those things are the size of the freaking Millennium Falcon.
Were you there? Were they both there?
Yeah.
Both in place?
2 of them just sitting out in the middle. Like,
I think there's more coming.
whoa, it's more?
I think there's 5 in total.
So you could just like hop across the lagoon on them. They'll be touching each other basically.
I don't
Like,
know. Like I think
huge.
there's like 1, 2, like for every kind of point.
Yeah. And then there's something in the
Like
middle that's
a
not a
star shape,
barge.
yeah.
Just, I don't know what it
I
is.
think I could be way off.
There's
on
space for it, even
that.
though
But
the
I feel
2
like
that
that's
are
what
there
I
are
heard
huge.
Jim Hill say.
Okay. Well,
I could be misremembering.
Jim isn't always correct though, because he says Mandalorian is taking over Galaxy's Edge.
I think he's
So-
not wrong, and I think that they are considering it. I really
They're
do.
considering it,
But it doesn't make sense
but
unless you're going to spoil all of the Mandalorian.
it's not going to the extent that Jim Hill is currently saying. Like, this is from our last episode too. We talked really, really nerdy in depth on this.
Yeah.
But like, you can have Boba Fett and Fennec Shand and Mando. They can be in the land, but I mean, Boba's gonna be like 80 at that point.
Yeah, because it's 25 years after. He's already kind of looking
Yeah.
like 20 years after. He's looking,
Yeah.
looking kind of rough.
But I mean, it just throw a dude in a helmet, so like it doesn't really matter how old he is.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, then it does kind of spoil even Book of Boba Fett. You know, it's like, okay, he lives and then goes to Batuu, but I don't know. I think at some point we are going to see some Mandalorian representation, but I don't know to what extent. I'm not in the camp that like they're going to replace the TIE Echelon with the Razor Crest.
That's just like he even said on the show. It's not as simple as just pulling that thing out of the ground.
No, like you
That's
can't
a
just
structure.
you
that
can't hook a
has-
crane on that and lift it up. It's not an actual
No.
ship. You can't
Yeah,
do that.
No,
But
it'd be like it'd be the same process as removing the Sorcerer Hat.
oh yeah,
It'd be that level of construction project. I mean,
Yeah.
Did they hear that on the show?
I don't know.
It was tire screeching out there.
It's Need for Speed 25 out there, or not Need for. It's Fast and the Furious 25 out there.
Yeah. Fast and the Furious I-4.
That's probably what they'll get to at some point.
But I think that they will have something, and they already do.
The
you
photo
can already get
shoot's
a picture
there.
of the child.
Yeah, you can with
which
Grogu.
Makes no sense.
And when you get it on your app, it says like it's like the outer reaches or the outer rim or something. That's how they label it. So it's not like on Batuu in Black Spire Outpost. It's like disconnected from it. So that's how they like justify it. It's labeled something else.
But you're getting a picture.
I don't agree with it.
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. But that's how they
said
justify
it on the
it.
last show. If they should just do a Mando and child meet and greet
in Launch Bay, yeah, just
it
like
with-
Star-Lord and Groot.
Yep.
Exact same thing, and that's why we still have Launch Bay. I'm okay with keeping Launch Bay, as long as they use it for stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, I miss Launch Bay.
I do too.
Like, I still will go in there every once in a while and just sit and look at the pod racer because I just think it's so freaking cool that thing from my, like, that is one of those things that, like, yeah, the Phantom Menace is not a great movie, but the pod racing thing for whatever reason with me, that I don't know, because I was a 10-year-old boy, but the racing aspect of it, and even though I've never been into, like, even though I grew up in the South, I've never been into NASCAR.
No,
I liked Hot Wheels and stuff as a
and
kid.
I grew up in Indiana, which is the home of the Indianapolis 500.
Yeah.
And I wasn't huge into racing.
I never went and saw a race as a kid.
I saw like one, I think.
I never went, and I lived. I always associated races with rednecks.
Yeah, same.
Because I lived by the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Lowe's Motor Speedway, whatever it's called now. And like it was just, we would get during the Coca-Cola 600, we would just get inundated we wouldn't leave the house for a week.
Jeez.
Because no matter where you went, because we literally, you can go outside and you can hear the announcers from our house.
Wow.
I mean, it's faint, but you can hear like, oh, no, around the track. You can hear it. You can hear them practicing. My high school backed up to it. There was literally my high school, a hill, and then the trash site for the county, and then the speedway. Like it was just you could during tests you could just hear it. So I've grown up with this. I don't know if it's just like makes me think of home or whatever it is, because there's something there that makes me like love pod racing. And so I can just go in there and just look at that thing because it's just such a cool thing to see in Launch Bay. And I think that's the kind of stuff that they need to keep.
Yeah.
Because
and
it
add
is
more
still
of it.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it is not Galaxy's Edge. And I think the casual fan and the diehard fan can appreciate this is the immersive story. Here's where you go meet Boba Fett over here.
And it still helps with like kind of keeping current studios with old MGM studios where you can do some more behind the scenes a little bit. Yeah. And also do just immersive character meet and greets.
But like it's just cool to go through and like when you're in line for those meet and greets, you get to see the lightsaber hilts. Like there's just a little kind of cool stuff like that.
Maybe you don't need that now because now we have docks where you can see lightsaber
But like
hilts.
you still get to
so you could replace that with blasters or
well, they
helmets
do the helmets and on the other side too. Like or they used to anyway. I don't know if they still do.
They're still there.
Okay. I don't want them to just go, this is the only place Star Wars is allowed to be, so we're going to shove random things that don't make sense into the land.
Right. Which, in a way, they kind of have, because sadly, Galaxy Far, Far Away has been gone, even before COVID. That left in February of 2020.
Galaxy Far, Far Away?
The show show. Which I love that show.
That show was trash.
I love that show.
I liked seeing the characters, but like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was
the show
not
itself
a good
was dumb,
show.
But I love the characters and
it was like,
seeing the characters.
It was literally... things from the movie, lines everyone knows.
Yeah.
Here's R2 and C3. You stupid robot. Boom. And he walked off.
The characters are great, but the show, okay, yeah. If
you walk up, you're like, I love that guy. And it's 3 seconds later, like, all right.
Bye.
And then they do that one. Dude, do you remember? I was there the first day that happened. And I will never, I'll never forget.
First day what happened?
The first day that show happened.
Really?
I left work early to go see
I was
the show.
there the second to last day it closed, so.
I was there the last 3 days. Because I like, again, even though something is not good, I can still enjoy parts of it.
Exactly.
And I didn't like the show quality-wise, but anytime it was gone, I would always wait to see Vader and to see...
Honestly, that was the coolest part. Them walking up to the stage and walking away from the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like to watch it from the back, where you can see them go into the dressing rooms and like come out.
Yeah.
It was
You're a peeping
dope.
Tom, huh?
Yeah, a little weirdo.
Watching Vader take his,
Take off my mask so I can see you with my own eyes.
But you'll die. Nothing can stop that now.
Nothing can change that. What was I saying? Oh, so the very first day I watched the first show, and I think something went wrong because we were watching it, and you know when Vader would do the bang and it would blow,
it
hit me in the chest, and I just started shaking.
Maybe the It just came outward
it was
instead
like
of
too
upward,
intense or
maybe.
something.
Yeah.
And I mean, everyone around me was just going like, "Oh my god, what just happened?" And it was like a bomb went off.
You don't know the power of the
and
dark
I
side.
never felt it that hard again. I don't know if they had to like adjust it down
They
or something.
had to.
But I mean, I was to the left of the stage, and it just went boom. And I just remember being like, "Oh!" And it was like my fight or flight sense kind of got in, and my heart started racing, and I started shaking. It was
Yikes.
creepy.
That's
it took me
scary.
like 30 minutes to calm down. Like
That's not normal.
It was
they definitely
intense, 'cause
changed something.
Every time I watched after that, I was like, "Is this?" I knew it was
Is
coming.
this feeling going to happen again?
But like it never. I mean, because to me, that's like, and that's not something you can control if you know what's happening. Like that sound just kind of affects your body in a weird way. I don't know if it was a one-time thing that never happened again. I don't know if I just was that like, "Oh, this is so great!" Boom! Oh God! And you freaked out like that. I don't know.
Right.
But that's my favorite story from that. My other favorite story from Hollywood Studios, when we get back to the show, have I ever told you the story of when I saw Doctor Strange?
No, I know it. I remember he was on like the back streets of America or something.
It was the dumbest show.
He was there for like what, a month, and then they
It was
took
there
it
for
down?
like 3 days, dude.
3 days.
It was very
it was
short.
less than a month.
It was very, very
I remember
short.
it being short. I never even got to see it. So.
It was so bad because
Yeah.
they put him. So if you don't know where this was, think about now where the Incredibles are. If you go all the way to the street and hang a left, you actually can't get to that spot anymore. It's now backstage because it's Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
But the day I was there, I got to see the second show they ever did. And it was at the very end of that street up against the construction wall. So it's literally like I'm what's his name? Doctor Strange. Literally the wall is and behind you is
Like
the construction wall.
4 feet away.
So what the poor guy's having to do, they're installing the backstage area for Toy Story
So you
Land.
probably have all this like beep beep.
Worse. Yes, but worse. So the dude, there was a guy shoving a pylon into the ground, and so it was like ding, 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 and Doctor Strange is having to talk in between the dings. He'd be like, and so the mystical arts, ding, are going to help us get through, ding, and he was like talking in between each thing, and it was so awkward.
That's
and
awesome.
no kids wanted to do it.
That's awesome.
And so he had to like pick kids out.
Let's
And they were
hope
just like, they're just kind of standing there like, I don't want to do this.
they
And it
didn't want to
was-
wave the arm in that goofy motion and do
Dude,
the.
here's how bad it was. I was filming it for a popular YouTube
I
channel.
don't think you posted it, or it's been posted, has it?
I stopped it and I said, we can't post this.
Oh, I was gonna say
It
because I don't
was
remember
so
seeing
bad.
this. I would have seen it.
I have the footage somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
The dude was visibly angry. Like he was, and this is when like the week Doctor Strange was coming out. He was like, you could tell he was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna keep talking over it. And like,
Right.
no one cared. It was so bad. That's why I'm hearing rumors that there's gonna be a Doctor Strange meet
At
and greet at DCA.
Let's hope they get it
And
better.
I'm like, please don't put it near a construction wall because that
Let's
poor
hope
bastard
they get
didn't
it
have
better
a
with like
chance.
in-show effects.
And it was
and
so bad because the costume was amazing and he looked just like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Dang.
That's my favorite story. I have that footage on a hard drive somewhere.
Oh man,
Somewhere
that
I
needs
have
to come
have
out.
that.
Patreon maybe.
I'll
I don't
find
know.
it.
That needs to come
It's
out.
bad.
Man,
I'm sure there's some YouTube channel that has it up there
I don't
now.
know. I feel like I would have seen it,
But
I don't
mine
know.
had you couldn't hear anything.
Man.
It was so bad. All right, let's
pretty
move on to the actual Star Wars stuff that we're talking about.
That is pretty great. Jeez.
I'll never forget that poor guy trying to talk in between the pylons being hammered into the ground. It was so funny.
Oh, well, what got us on this tangent was our whole Mandalorian stuff, but
Throw them in Launch Bay.
they should. They really should.
Throw them in Launch Bay.
That makes the most sense, but it has to reopen for that to happen.
Or Walt Disney presents
so
the Mandalorian meet and greet. Just use that exact same
That's
space.
fine too. That's definitely fine.
That's too small of a space, so that's going to be huge.
I actually haven't
Remember,
gotten
they
in
have
there.
that whole outdoor queue of Launch Bay. They could put people where the concept art is.
Yes, and they would. People
would
would
have to have
There'd be
it,
a
especially
6-hour
now,
wait
social
for
distancing.
Mando.
Oh,
there definitely
dude.
would be.
Dude.
Definitely would be.
It would be a virtual queue.
You would have to do that too. You would definitely have to do that.
Yeah.
But I got to re-find it now. But our good buddy, friend of the show, Tom Duck, he had an awesome Mandalorian theory. And I didn't start the show with this. I always say I'm going to. Ben Solo or Kylo Ren does not kill Grogu. Everybody calm down.
Well, we don't know if he doesn't.
Okay, well, he doesn't kill the entirety of Luke's students. He kills 2 of Luke's students in the Rise of Kylo Ren comics.
Next week, we're going to read that comic.
And
in
show
its
all you
entirety.
idiots that you're idiots.
Wow.
Whoever believes that, you're an idiot. Because that's
Bold.
not what happens.
That's intense,
My
Evan.
boy Ben Solo does not kill Luke's students.
I mean, he just kills everyone else. That's fine.
Exactly, it's fine. But Tom's theory here, I mean, I don't know if it's his exact theory, but he says it's possible that he thinks Mando is going to be the one who saves Grogu from the Knights of Ren, because that's who kills Luke's students, the Knights of Ren. So he says Mando is going to save Grogu from the Knights of Ren before they burn Luke's temple down. And then he says Mando might even die, and that could be the end of the series. And I never thought of that.
Remember how they said they were going to do a Mandalorian movie?
Yeah.
I bet you that would be the ending of it. Like if they were going to end it, that'd be how it would go down.
He saves Grogu.
He
and
fights
we see
off
Luke's temple burning.
The Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Which would make sense because my favorite Knight of Ren, Aplak, has a it's like an axe, like a vibro axe type weapon, but it's actually made of Beskar. So like he could put up a fight against Mando.
Yeah.
And the Knights of Ren are force sensitive. So like 6 of them up against Mando.
Did they explain that in the comic book? How are they force sensitive?
How was Luke force sensitive? How was
Yeah,
Anakin
but like
force
there were no
sensitive?
Jedi. I mean, like they're not Inquisitors. So
They're-
where do they?
They're a little bit past like Maz, and I guess like it's a spectrum. Honestly, if you look at it, like force sensitivity is like a spectrum. Like Finn's force sensitive, Maz is force sensitive a little. Well, she's not force sensitive, but like
She believes in it.
yeah, or like Chirrut and
Chirrut's
Baze.
force sensitive. No, I don't even think he's force sensitive.
He's not force sensitive.
No, because every time in the movie he's like tries to should say it was the Force. Baze
Baze
Navas is
yeah.
like
He's like the force
That was
protected
me.
me. He's like I protected
I
you.
protected you.
Yeah, but like they're guardians of the wills and they are attuned with the force. So it's just a spectrum that I feel like the knights are closer to like the guardians of the wills than they are a Jedi.
Guardians of the Wills. Is there a Guardian of the Wills book?
I feel like there
I feel like
was.
is.
I mean, that was going to be George Lucas's sequels. So
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
yeah,
I feel like there was a book though.
and it's going to be midi-chlorians and yeah, I don't know.
But do they like be talking on the molecular level? Like, what would that even be?
I guess so. He was going to go like look at the midi-chlorians,
I
the
thought Phantom Menace was
tiny
bad.
what do you
Jesus
call them, like
Christ.
living life forms. I don't know. I rewatched Phantom Menace like 2 days ago. It's my second favorite prequel. I mean, it's
Yeah, but
Sith,
like that's.
Menace,
I mean, it's mine too.
clones,
But like,
yeah,
that's a pretty easy thing
fair.
to figure out because
Because like, Attack of
3
the
is
Clones
like
terrible.
half really good,
Yeah.
half kind of boring. Let's
Yeah.
just be real.
Yeah.
2 is an unwatchable disaster. Like if you tell me you like Star Wars and I ask you your favorite Star Wars movie and you tell me Attack of the Clones,
You don't
we're
like
done
Star
here.
Wars. You don't like
I'm not sure
it.
people feel that
You
way
don't.
about Last Jedi, but I can
Mm,
argue
but
that
that's not-
it's a good movie,
Yeah, you can.
and I have points. Whereas there's nothing redeeming about it.
Yeah.
The writing's bad. The acting is worse.
I mean, we get
There's nothing really happens.
Dooku's cool, but like he's not cool enough. I feel bad for Christopher Lee. He was wasted. Like he's in Star Wars, but he's not really in Star Wars. He was. I feel bad.
I don't feel bad for him. I mean,
He could have
he
been
was
so
kind
much
of
better.
freaking Dooku.
Yeah, but he could have. He was cooler in the Clone Wars than he was in the movies.
Was he?
I think so.
I don't like his character design.
I don't. I like his design.
You like the long face thing?
Oh, in the Clone Wars, you mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, that's animated.
That's what I'm saying. His
Yeah,
his
it
character
looks
design
nothing
and-
like
No, it looks
Christopher Lee.
terrible.
It looks his
It
his
looks
beard
re-
isn't even that long.
That's
his
the
beard,
problem of like.
his beard is like shorter than your beard.
Yeah.
But like in the Clone Wars cartoon, it's like a
Terrible.
Gandalf beard,
very
but like
odd.
pointy and sharp. Yeah, no, I agree.
That's the one thing I think it's really hard for people to like take those show and like those are the same characters when they look so different. It's hard. And I know it's stupid to think that way, but like it is hard to like go, oh, I guess that's Obi-Wan. It doesn't sound or look like Obi-Wan.
It sounds a lot like
It
him.
sounds like it looks like cartoon
James Arnold
Obi-Wan.
Taylor did a great job, but the look of it is very stylized.
Kind of rolled my eyes. I mean, he does an impression.
Yeah,
Like it's
I feel like that's what they wanted, honestly.
yeah, I don't know. Hang
Like,
on.
but
I'm
like,
not shooting on
Matt
this dude
Lanner
at
sounds
all.
nothing like Hayden Christensen.
That's the thing. It's
he doesn't
like-
at all.
But
So it's like,
everyone loves it, and it's really
Yeah.
confusing because
It
like
is.
if you don't know and they don't mention it, you wouldn't know that's Anakin because
Yeah.
the costume's nothing like it.
No, I mean,
Same
if you're
thing with
nerdy
Obi-Wan.
enough to see the lightsaber, you'd see it's his lightsaber.
I mean,
but
that would be
that's a stretch.
people didn't know it was Luke Skywalker, man.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, that is weird. Why do they want James Arnold Taylor to do an impression of Ewan, basically?
But it's
And
almost
then Matt Lanner not do one of Hayden.
yeah. It's I mean, no one wants to hear this, Master.
That's
probably
why.
it's probably
That's
why
probably why.
they
Yeah.
were just like, please don't be as terrible as that was.
But then they had Corey Burton
Can I-
do
can
a
I say-
Christopher Lee impression, and he did a good job.
Corey Burton is Christopher Lee.
He does Count Dooku.
Corey Burton, the black dude.
I actually don't know what race Corey Burton is, but he's the
I
one
was
that,
thinking it was the guy from like Cleveland show. Corey Burton. Am I thinking of a different person?
no, like Corey Burton that does like Disney voices and Disney. He does like the narration for Nightmare Before
Okay,
Christmas,
Definitely not who I
Haunted
thought
Mansion
it was.
overlay.
Is
like,
it Tim Burton's brother?
No, I don't think so. But no, just go Clone Wars and
Haunted
then do
Mansion
them on
Overlay?
IMDb. Yeah.
No, it's definitely him. You're
Yeah.
right. But, let me see who I was thinking of
Okay.
because he's a very talented voice actor. He does like the He does the Oogie Boogie in the parks.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I forget that guy's name. Hang on, I gotta find it. He's on Cleveland show.
Cleveland Brown. Cleveland Brown himself. That's who. He does Oogie Boogie.
Go to the cast here. Sorry, guys. I just want to give this guy Kevin Michael Richardson.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I know that name.
I think that's who it is.
I definitely know that name, so I don't know.
It's this guy.
Does he only do Oogie Boogie in the parks? Yeah, I've seen him.
He does a ton
I've
of
seen
stuff,
him
man.
all over the place, yeah.
He does Teen Titans. He was in Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, was he like the CIA guy or whatever in Lilo and Stitch?
So.
I've only seen that once.
Something Bubbles or whatever.
Which is weird.
Fairly Odd Parents, Boondock Saints, Clone Wars. He actually was in Clone Wars.
He was in Clone Wars, just not
Who did he play in
Count
Clone
Dooku
Wars?
in Clone Wars. I don't know. It's probably just like some random general or something.
Now I want to know who it was.
Was he Krell? No, he wasn't Krell.
It's probably Mace Windu, just to be completely racist. But I'm serious.
It could be. I feel
No,
like
that was
Mace.
Terrence Carson. He was Jabba the Hutt.
Wow.
Huh. Kevin Michael. I love. The point is, I love Kevin Michael, and that's who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Corey Burton. He does
Corey
Christopher Lee's Count Dooku, and
Gotcha.
it's like an impression. But yeah, why would they want Matt Landner not to? It's probably like you said.
It's probably because it was so
Hayden
bad.
Christensen's was annoying. So
I really hope he redeems himself in this Obi-Wan
gonna.
series.
he's gonna.
I just also find it
freaking
very
Deborah
odd
Chow. Like they're
that
gonna be
everyone shit on him for decades.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
then
it'd be
now
like
everyone's excited.
It'd be like if Rose was announced in a show and people are like, "Oh yes, Rose, thank you."
I think
like,
more Rey, because a lot of people do like Rey, but
That's
she
true.
gets a lot of hate.
Yeah, I used
And
to be on the hate camp.
But I don't.
So-
I don't get it. Like, what am I missing?
It was just on a surface level. I didn't like read into it or look at it. I was like, "Oh, she's just really good at everything and perfect."
So was Luke.
Yeah, and that's the
You
thing.
just have to assume that Luke, like everything is inferred in A New Hope.
Yeah, and it's
Like-
the same with Force Awakens.
You don't ever see him pilot anything other than the land speeder.
Yeah, but
and
we
he
even
takes out a Death Star
but
with
we
a
get to
ship
see
you've never
Rey-
seen him fly before.
Yeah, and we get to see Rey pilot the Falcon in what, like the first 30 minutes. So like it's even better in Force Awakens.
Because it's slower. It's a quicker. She's like,
And she
I'm a
doesn't-
pilot.
Yeah, and she isn't the one that flies through Star Killer and blows
You
it up.
you see her on a speeder too.
Yeah, we can.
They're
see her
very
pilot.
similar characters, and I don't.
Yeah.
I wish someone would explain to me why they don't like Rey.
That's what it was. Just if you're like I was, if you're just too stupid to look more into it and just see it once and be like, oh, she's too perfect.
I don't
then
think it's stupid.
that's what
I
you
think
say.
people just aren't thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Aren't thinking for themselves.
some of that too. I was in that camp too. I just like watched other people's YouTubes and I
But
was
like, that's not your opinion, though.
yeah, I know.
And that's why. I mean, that's not why I don't. But like, I just don't need to watch stuff when I'm covering it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gearing up to do another episode of the Disney's podcast soon, and I'm not listening to anything because I just don't want to hear someone else's opinion repeated as my own. That's just kind of how I work.
Yeah.
But
And that's
I
another
don't know,
thing.
man. It's just odd that like it's the same character,
yeah.
and one is like Luke Skywalker is the greatest. It's like Rey's awesome, man. Rey's a great. I don't get it. And I keep seeing all these memes like Anakin's hair had more character development than Rey. It's like
Jeez.
you're not even funny. Like, this is not even funny. Like
No.
you're just. I don't know. It's just people because when the movies first came out, everyone loved it, and then about 3 months later, I was like, "It's a rehash of Force Awakens."
And then everyone's like,
Or
yeah,
A
you're
New
right.
Hope.
Yeah, everyone's like,
Yeah,
you're right.
you're
it is.
right.
Yeah.
It's not. It kind of is, but it's
Parts
not.
of it are, but there's 11 Star Wars movies and like
But if
300 like Star Wars things on TV.
but
So
this
there's
is
a lot of
this
things
is
that
my
repeat.
thing. If it is a rehash, we can agree it was done well, right?
Exactly. And
So
also,
if it was
it's
done
a
well
rehash,
and it's a rehash of something you like already, why do you not now like this?
and also that applies to the character. If Rey is a rehash of Luke, you like Luke. Why don't you like Rey? It'd be just because you're sexist and she's a woman. Honestly, that's what it
don't
could be
think it's
for
that.
people.
I think
It
it's
could be for people. Like,
I'm sure there's some idiots out there that think
Yeah.
like that, but
Yeah.
that's their fault, and that's something they have to deal with. But like,
yeah,
I honestly don't think it's that. I think it's too many people that don't like her. But like, I don't know, man. Like, she's the most I see guys dressing up as Rey at Galaxy's Edge.
yeah. There's gender
it's
bends.
hilarious
A lot
to
of
me.
gender bend people do that.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny to see a dude dressed up as Rey. It's hilarious. I love it. It's cool.
Yeah, that's
like
what Star Wars is about. That's what it's for.
I just don't get it. I just it's very confusing to me.
Yeah, that's just
And
people in general.
I honestly think I've just put it in my head as like, this is just how Star Wars fans are for whatever reason.
Yeah, it really is.
Because then
they
in
like it
10
for a little
years,
bit, then they hate it for a long time, and then they love it again.
there's going to be the Disney Plus VR that's going to come out that's going to have
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley reprising, and everyone's like, I love Rey!
Yeah.
It's just like
but did you back in 2015?
See, what she needs to do is just disappear like Hayden Christensen did, and then they need to approach her like, we want to do 10, 11, 12. And people will be like, yes!
Yeah, you're talking like 15 years down the line? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and she's been pretty like not active. She doesn't do interviews anymore.
Yeah, she kind of went like Adam Driver almost, like dropped off.
I don't think she's going to have the same career Adam Driver has.
No, he's already got
She's way
a
more.
great
He's way
career.
more talented than she is.
That's
Unfortunately.
true. It's true. Like, that's
But
not,
it's just kind of what it is.
that's just because he's really talented.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not like she's not. It's just he's really talented.
He is an Academy Award level actor who happened to be in Star Wars.
Yeah,
She was a bartender, I think.
I don't know her story.
I think she was a bartender and had like
Huh.
done a commercial or two and like maybe a movie,
nice.
small stuff like an independent movie, and then got Star Wars. But I don't know, man. I just don't like. I can't think of any flaws with the character other than the fact that they made her related to Palpatine, and that's not her fault.
That's not a character flaw either, though.
No,
I
mean
don't
like
think. That's. I like it. There
I
could have
don't
been. I don't know. There could have been different ways to do it, but I like it.
to me they set it up perfectly. It's not like she's. I don't know, man.
But it's
I don't
also
know.
because we've done like the expanded universe. Like we know Palpatine has an observatory on Jakku. Like we know it. He's got connections to Jakku.
So why is he just not know that she's there? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, he
to
knows he left her with his son, which is a clone of him.
Me. Are we gonna get any more explanation about that?
Well, if we want to get into this visual dictionary sitting right here next to me, then I can tell you we won't.
That visual dictionary was made before
There's
they
literally
finalized some
nothing
stuff.
about Palpatine in this visual dictionary.
I told you it was not
It's
a good
called
one.
the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker Visual Dictionary,
There's
Episode
not
9.
There's not a sentence about
There's
Palpatine.
not a picture of Palpatine. There's not a sentence, a page, nothing.
It's wild.
Not a thing. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah,
It
I
just-
told you, not the best one to get.
No, nope. I
The-
spent $25 on it, and yeah.
To me, The Last Jedi is the best one, and I
can
know.
see that.
God, I know I'm wearing The Last Jedi. I know I'm a fanboy for this movie, but like I honestly just think it's the best.
Here, I'll-
Like there was some stuff we talked about on the last episode that was something to do with the unknown species that were in his thing that you never noticed before in Snoke's throne room.
oh yeah. Because we got into the Acolytes of the Beyond.
That's right.
How
we were
Yup
talking about that one.
Tashu is in Return of the Jedi. He's also in the Aftermath trilogy, and possibly connected to the Acolyte series coming out on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So
That's a High Republic.
connection. Also,
Connection,
yeah,
right?
because
Okay.
Acolyte takes place in the last days of the High Republic,
Gotcha.
which
okay.
is going to be like 50 years before Phantom Menace. So
So-
the Acolyte is like that transition period that we're going
Okay.
to get.
I'm
And you
interested in
said there
that.
was like some sort of Acolyte in Snoke's throne room in The Last Jedi.
I tied it into something you said on that show, and I can't remember what it was. But yeah, there was this. If you look in the back of Snoke's throne room, there's like these weirdo things with these purple capes, which are what acolytes wear, right? Isn't that what we?
Yeah, so you did.
That's what
got
it
out-
was.
You got out the visual dictionary for episode 8, and they're just Snoke's advisors.
Gotcha. Okay. And
Yeah, so
we don't
the
know if those are
acolytes-
acolytes or not, right?
We don't, but they
It's
look. The character
hinted.
design, the clothes are just like acolytes. And like Snoke is. He's not a Sith. He's not Palpatine, but he's like Palpatine. He's like a Sith. So it would make sense for him to have something like that. And it could be an acolyte.
If he's a clone of Palpatine, then he'd have to be Sith, right?
I guess so, yeah. Because he never says he's not Sith. Like Kylo's the one that's like, kill the Sith. Like
It's
he's
almost
not
like
that,
just
like,
he wants just it to be its own. He wants it to be its own thing.
yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of confusing stuff in the sequels when it comes
Yeah.
to those little
When you get
details.
super nitty gritty like
But-
this, but like
There's a lot of confusing. There's things that they could have tied up in the prequels that they didn't.
yeah,
Like a lot of stuff.
a lot of
Like
stuff.
the fact that Leia remembers her mother.
Actually, that's addressed in some book. I
But
I
it's 'cause
forgot
it's
what it
just
was.
the Force. She
It-
remembers it
yeah,
as a-
that's what I say.
But
It's
that's
addressed.
that's rewriting it. That's
Yep.
not explaining it.
That is a retcon. That is the definition of a retcon.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I just mean the whole thing leading up to the only reason that Obi-Wan, like if they hadn't have worded Obi-Wan's explanation of who Darth Vader was the exact way they worded it in A New Hope, they could have never made the prequels.
Right. And that wasn't as awesome.
And they couldn't have had him be his father. Like they had to very. It wasn't planned. We all know
I was
this.
gonna say that. Like, obviously, my love of Star Wars exists because of George Lucas and stuff. But like, he wasn't that smart. He was not. That sentence was not written that way.
Hang on. It wasn't that he wasn't that smart. It wasn't planned out.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't. Yeah. Okay. He obviously is smart, but yeah, it wasn't planned out. And like that line, like you said, spawned so many books and so many movies. And like without that, if it was worded one word different, like you don't get what we got.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that
insane.
wild?
Yeah.
Insane. All right, what's next? We want to talk about all the new releases that are not new announcements at this point. Do you want to just give a brief overview of it? Because we did about an hour on this last time, and I don't want to spend that much time on it this time.
I mean, we just like High Republic talked. That was really it, right?
I love this book.
Yeah, it's a page turner, you say.
It's a page turner
page
for
turner,
sure.
it is.
It is.
And I don't know if you want to re-spoil it, 'cause it's not really a spoiler, but you told me like a big event that happens early that shows like how cool the Jedi are.
So, spoiler alert.
Mild spoilers.
No, I'm going to go pretty deep.
Okay. You're going to go further than the last episode?
No.
Okay.
But
then I'm fine with it.
I'm just reinstating it. This is going to be some spoilers for Light of the Jedi. So fast forward about 10 minutes and then kind of backtrack because it might not be that long. I'm going to try to keep it under 5. So in the beginning of the book, a really bad thing happens. And it was the first chapter of this book, man, I literally was like up for a while thinking about it. I was like, damn, they just were going to do it like that? Like they got me connected to the, like, not like emotionally connected, but like interested. And then it just kind of was like, all right, well, this character's dead. And that whole thing spawns this whole event. So basically she's on a light. She's like, I'm trying to remember exactly, but they're going light speed. And then like the ship malfunctions and it bursts apart and it creates like these little factions. And she was able to like seal off everything before her part of the ship exploded and she died.
It's a little like Holdo like in The Last Jedi, in a way.
Kind of. If that ship was going at the speed of light already.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of bailed. So basically then what happens is these fragments are headed towards this planet of the ship and they don't know what it is, but it's near light speed. And they're having to like find ways they can stop it. And it's kind of an impossible task. And so they call in the Jedi. Because at this point in the High Republic, they're the Guardians of Peace and Justice. So they're basically like the SWAT team or the Marines, right, of the galaxy. So at one point, they decide they try a few things and nothing really works. And I actually saw an article about this on some website. And it was like, I knew I was right about like this being really interesting. So what they decided to do is they decided to have all the Jedi reach out to the Force together to push this thing off course. So
and now they're all in like different locations?
Yes.
Like on different planets?
Different planets from everywhere. So they all reach out to the Force together to one another.
Cool. And this is a little bit like Force Collector when you told me how there was just like a high school and a bully and like lockers and stuff. I'm like, that sounds so goofy. But then I read it and we obviously interviewed Kevin Shinnick because we loved his book so much. It's not goofy. It worked.
It worked.
This sounds super goofy to me. But you're saying it works.
I promise you it works.
Okay.
It's really cool. So each Jedi sees and interprets the Force differently than the other Jedi. So like one of them, I forget how Avar, the main Jedi of the story, sees it. Oh, it's notes, music. So she kind of sees it as like a hum, and she can decipher the notes, and like she can feel when a note is off, and knows what that is. Some Jedi see it as a field of trees, and they can fill out the. I don't remember if that's an example or not, but they can fill out the wrong tree, and they kind of.
One is like an ocean. You said
one's
like
an ocean.
Waves
it's like waves and how deep down you go. Like
yeah,
it's really really cool, and I really think everyone listening to this, because I was really anti High Republic because I just was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I care, and I really want to see what goes on with these characters moving forward. It's really good.
That's awesome.
And I cannot find High Republic issue #1 anywhere of the comic.
That
I waited
comic
too long.
out. It's out there somewhere.
It's sold out. They're doing a second printing.
Whoa, that's good news though. And so is I don't know if it's
sold
out.
It sold like an insane amount of copies.
Nice.
Like the guy was like, it was sold out when we opened. They had a line. Like
whoa.
He goes, this is the biggest comic I can remember in the last 15 years of having this demand.
Well, that's awesome.
So
and then Test of Courage is out too, which is a
kid's book.
Is it a youth book? Kids book? I think
it's a kid's book.
Like not young adult, but like kids.
No, like a kid, like picture book.
I think so. I think you're right. So
I was trying to find it, and I think it's sold out as well on Amazon.
Huh. Okay.
Oh, speaking of a book that's waiting for me here, it got delivered the other day, but our lockers have been down. It's driving me nuts. You know the Star Wars archive book, that
Yeah.
big thick book. They made a smaller version of it, and it was on sale for like $18 on Amazon, and I got it.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's the same content, but it's the same type of book. So I was like, for $18, I got to see what's up.
Right.
So I want to do a deep dive on that.
You can get any Star Wars book that's not a comic for $18. Like,
oh yeah, and it's
there's
a
no
huge
book
book.
like that.
It's
Even-
a huge book.
I mean, it's all 4 of them combined, but even like the Rise of Kylo Ren
I think it was 14.
is 16
16.
bucks, but it's 4 issues combined. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I had to get that, and we'll look through that at some point and kind of go over everything. I'm
I'm excited to read that.
High Republic,
I'm very excited.
very good.
Nice.
I'm really curious that this thing they've hinted at, this like star beacon or something they call it, and it's supposed to be like basically the Jedi's Death Star, but it's not a Death Star. It's just like this massive thing that you can kind of go to
it's like
for
a space
everyone in the
station,
galaxy.
just a massive space station.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's portable though. I don't remember.
Well, the Death Star is portable. Like they can
that's
move.
that's what I was saying. It's like the
Yeah.
Death Star.
Yeah, they can move.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like Cloud City where it's just kind of stuck there. And
Yeah, which
but-
is that'd be intriguing. I'd be intrigued to see if Bespin can actually move.
doesn't look like it.
What's stopping it? It's a free
It's the
floating.
tether thing.
It's not tethered to the ground. It's
You don't know what it's tethered to. It's probably electromagnetic pulses from Bespin.
Could be. If that's the case, then it can't move.
Yeah. So shut up, Evan. You don't know if
You don't know either. You just made that up.
astrophysics in Star Wars. God,
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
it's okay. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson of Star Wars.
I guess so. There's no sound in space though, so
There's no sound in space.
so your theory is
Your
dead.
theory is wrong.
Wrong.
Welcome back to
Wrong.
another episode of Star Talk. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Well, they just need to erase all of
Star
that,
Talk.
just like The Mandalorian is erasing the sequels.
Yeah. What is this?
Have you heard that going around?
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
It's enhancing the sequels. It's not erasing the sequels.
How is it? I genuinely think people don't understand the timeline of Star Wars.
No.
I think Disney needs to come out and go, like kind of the same way scientists are going, like the Earth's round. Disney needs to come out and go, this
Please.
is what the timeline is. Listen to us. High Republic, Age of the Republic, or whatever it's called. They
You get
renamed it.
Yeah, then you get the prequels. and
They
then you-
renamed it though because it was Age of Republic, Age of Rebellion,
They
Age of
did?
Resistance.
So
it's High Republic.
on those comics though that say Age of Republic, like what
they
do you do?
renamed it. Yeah,
So those comics are probably cool to have.
I
like-
have all of them. So
yeah, you do.
eat my shorts. Hang on. Keep talking. Let me see if I can find what the name of it is.
I just don't see though how you can even make a case for it erasing the sequels. Because like there's really been nothing connected to the sequels except Luke for 3 minutes, and possibly Palpatine not Palpatine, Snoke in those jars. Which, if it is Snoke in those jars, which we both think so, that makes the sequels better. And having Luke in there for 3 minutes makes his character development more obvious and makes his character better. So that improves both. Those two both improve the sequels. I don't see how you can say it erases the sequels. I don't see that connection at all. Because we still have another, at least from the ending point of Season 2 of Mandalorian, we have another 25 years until the sequels even start. So I just don't know how you can claim that it's erasing something that is canonically in the timeline such far removed when it comes to years. And when it comes to the amount of characters that are not even involved in Mando.
I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure it was changed. So I feel like I remember
don't know what
reading
they
it.
could change it to, because it's High Republic and then Republic, so they're different, and because they call the New
Yes,
Republic,
but you can't
the
be
New
High Republic and then Age of the Republic because that wouldn't make sense because that would mean that the High Republic is separate, but it's the same because the Republic is still in charge at that point.
Yeah, but then we still get the New Republic. So like
Maybe that's what it was. Hey, let me go to Star Wars News then. I feel like that's where I saw it. Keep talking. Sorry,
it-
I'm sorry to keep doing this to you.
the
but
New
I wanna make
Republic
sure-
is what we get in the sequels, right? That's the New Republic.
This is breaking news. Star Wars biography Skywalker: A Family at War announced.
Interesting.
Revealed yesterday, Skywalker Family at War will deal with 3 generations of the Skywalker family across 9 films and several other pieces of canon media. Associate editor of StarWars.com, Kristen Baver, will explore not only the characters' lives, but also the key events linked them that changed the Star Wars universe forever. From Shmi Skywalker to Ben Solo and the Scavenger Rey, this book has it all. Bever had this to say about the experience of working on historical recounts of sorts. I'm so thrilled to be able to tell the story of the Skywalkers through the lens of a biographer. This is so strange. From the outset, I knew I wanted to treat the family as if they were real people with compassion and empathy, while simultaneously crafting an unflinching portrait of their accomplishments and their failures. These characters are larger than life, yet so fragile and unmistakably human, and that comes into focus when you study how their actions impact the greater galaxy and their family. Also enjoyed doing my take on the classic Star Wars composition. I think making the Vader element was my favorite part. He just has such a great costume design. So
it's almost like an in-universe.
Yeah, I don't really understand what this is.
It sounds like it's like an in-universe biography, like a bio. You could
This is a gorgeous cover, though.
I don't really know if it's gonna be like necessary reading though.
I bet you there's gonna be some like. I don't know. Books like that are kind of what undo things for me. I don't know. Also, you see the news that Alan Tudyk said K2SO won't be in Andor season 1?
He said like at first or something.
Duh, we knew that.
Obviously.
There was a comic book about it.
Yeah. So
I don't understand. See, that's what I'm saying. People don't know what they're talking about.
So does that mean that we're going to see that comic played out?
I would bet money.
So that's when it gets tricky though, because it has to be just like the comic. Because that comic is the canon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't deviate. So that's what kind of worries me. I hope if they do that, then it's just like the comic, because then you get things that contradict themselves, like this visual dictionary, like where it has several sections that say Kylo Ren burned down Luke's temple. It says multiple times, but then you read the Kylo Ren comic, Kylo Ren does not burn down Luke's temple. So it's like when it gets too touchy on the same subjects across different media, that's when it gets a little troublesome.
I remember what the big news was that we were going to cover, the open world game from Ubisoft.
Oh yeah, that's
no
right.
longer EA has
It's
a hold.
now Lucas, not Arts anymore. Lucasfilm, Lucas Games.
Lucas Games, something like that.
Yeah, Lucas Arts is no more, but there's now an Indiana Jones game coming out, open world Star Wars game coming out, but they're still doing things through EA. They're still associated with them.
Yeah, it's just not a one company has the entire rights kind of thing.
Because this open world game is now going through Ubisoft, and Jedi Fallen Order 2 is going to be through EA. So like we're still using multiple companies, whatever.
Which is how it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially
I can't find this article, man. But I'm telling you, I saw it, and if I didn't, I dreamed it, and if I did dream it, I apologize. But I'll try to find it
How dare
for
you
next
have
week's
dreams?
show to clear that up.
You're not allowed to have dreams.
Yeah, because I'm back to December 21st now, and that's not good. Okay.
That's a whole month ago,
it.
bro.
Yeah, it's before Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? Sorry, I didn't mean to do all that. I feel like I remembered seeing that. Could be wrong. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it's okay. Me too.
This is what happened when I don't drink. I'm not as good. I'm not as funny.
Coherent when you're a functioning alcoholic now.
It's been a week of no booze, Evan, and I'm tired of it.
Man,
I'm ready to get back to boozing.
Back to boozing. Well, you can probably drink some booze while you watch episode 9, because I recently watched that again too.
Mm-hmm.
You also haven't been watching Star Wars either. Like, what's going on with you? You're no fun anymore.
I'm too busy, man.
No booze, no Star Wars.
I wake up at 9:30 and I don't get done with doing what I'm doing until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And then by that time, I'm just ready to go to bed.
Dang.
So all the things I've been listening to are either podcasts like History Hyenas or Joe Rogan or whatever. And then I'll watch a YouTube video and then I go to sleep.
Dang.
Then I wake up and repeat, and it's every day.
It's Groundhog Day, man. That's all it is. You're Bill Murray.
Please help me. No, I'm kidding. I'm very happy with my life right now.
Of course. But you need to watch.
I am busy, so it's what it is.
Well, you need to watch episode 9 so you can think further on this, but I know you already have an opinion, because this kind of contradicts canon a little bit in a way. How I said Visual Dictionary, Kylo Ren contradict each other. Hopefully K2SO, comic, Andor series contradict each other. Ahsoka's voice is in episode 9. Who voices her in episode 9? Ashley Eckstein. Who voices her in Mando? Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, that's the same character though.
But it's not the same voice.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who was Hayden's voice, or who was Anakin's voice, if it was Hayden or if it was what's his name?
Matt Landner.
Doesn't make a difference.
But that's another thing. Like, that's not an impression of Ashley Eckstein when Rosario does it.
Should I tell
I
you?
don't want
did
it
I
to
tell you
be.
the story that I found out about Ashley Eckstein?
You haven't. You told me, and you haven't said it on the show, and that kills me.
Let's talk about this.
I-
This is a
I died a little.
inside scoop,
I died on the inside hearing
and
that.
I'm not going to reveal my source on this.
Please don't. But it's so wrong that this happened. Go ahead.
I met someone who is very close, and I mean very close, to Ashley Eckstein. And we got to talking about Star Wars. I had no idea who this person was, okay? We got to talking about Star Wars, and I was like, I just don't like that it wasn't Ashley Eckstein who portrayed her in live action. And this person says, I'm not going to give details, but this person goes, I'm very close to Ashley Eckstein, and I'll tell you, she was not happy about it. They didn't tell her. They didn't give her a heads up. Dave Filoni didn't give her a call. She found out about Ahsoka when we found out about Ahsoka. And that is a direct quote from this person who knows her as well as I know you.
That kills me. Like, I don't know
And
how you can do that.
Disrespectful of
Yeah.
Lucasfilm.
How can
At
you,
least give her a call.
How can you, or at least tell her, hey, like, we want to go a different direction with this character. Come in
It
and
is
help
nothing
her.
personal to you.
Yeah, come in maybe and help her if you want, or like we just want to give you a
Her
heads
tips
up.
about who Ahsoka is.
Right.
Come on, here's the thing, though. I've been on the record saying that she is the most associated. That's how this whole conversation started.
Yeah. She's so connected with Ahsoka.
With Ahsoka, I think more than anyone except Mark Hamill to Luke, because even though even Han Solo and Harrison Ford are pretty close, but he's also Indiana Jones, and he's just Harrison Ford.
And we've had Alden play Solo, so yeah.
So it's a little. I'm sorry, my back is killing me. It's a little different, but it's kind of Dave Filoni's character.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
like if you're
it's
like,
every bit his as
really
it is
rude.
Ashley's.
It's really rude to do that. Because
and I'm sure it wasn't Dave's choice not to tell her. I'm sure whoever made this choice told Dave, be like, you can't tell Ashley this.
I would hope.
Because there's no way Dave would do that. I don't know Dave, obviously. I've never even met the guy.
I've heard some things about him and Pablo that aren't good.
Yeah, I can see it, but I don't know. I don't know the guys, so but that kills me though. Whoever made that choice to not even talk to Ashley, it just hurts.
Like have her come in and be like, this is how she would say this.
Yeah.
Because that was my thing. It was like it looked like Ahsoka. It sounded like it could be Ahsoka, but to me I even said this when we were reviewing the episodes, it just didn't quite feel right.
I can see that. I think Rosario did a great job.
We'll get over that.
I'm already over it, but I can see that. But Rosario did a great job. But just how do you not even have Ashley on set?
That would be like if they did this whole thing with Luke Skywalker at the end and didn't tell Mark Hamill.
Yeah, it would be exactly the same. It's exactly the same.
Why would you not do that?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. There's no difference.
He voiced him.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do that.
No.
Yeah, I just found it very shocking that she didn't know.
You know,
we talked about that. Like, you think they told face?
Everyone in the world had talked about it. It's like, how do you not like?
Isn't that wild, man?
Yeah.
And this is not like I think. This is fact.
Well, looking back on it, Ashley wasn't in like the gallery season 2. You would think if she was associated, they would have been like, "Look, we brought Ashley in to talk about this whole thing with Rosario." No.
Nope.
They had a little section on Katie Sackhoff playing Bo because she voiced Bo in Clone Wars.
It's wild.
So
yeah, it's
they
real.
had a whole section there.
It's real.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Also, I talked to someone else. This was a artist at the Epcot Festival of the Arts, and his name is Greg McCullough. Super nice guy. Hit it off with him. Really, really cool dude. I'm gonna go talk to him again because he's just got some cool stories. We started talking about Star Wars, and because he used to do, and I'm not a fan of these types of paintings, but this actually one's cool. Look up Boba Duck. Just type in Boba Duck and hit.
I know
images.
I've seen it. I've definitely seen it, but I'll look it up right now.
He was telling me about how one time when he first started doing these mashups, which I've talked about. I don't like Darth Goofy and it's
Jedi
not my
Mickey
thing.
and
I get it, but it's not my.
I've never liked it either.
It's
I
not
love Star Wars weekends, but I don't like that.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. But he's one of the artists that does it, and they are really good. They're well done paintings, even if I don't like the style, right? But he was telling me that when he first got assigned to do this, he got to go to Skywalker Ranch, and he got to take a photo and showed me the photo of him standing there with the second Death Star, the model that they use for filming.
Yeah, that's. I'm looking at the Boba Duck. It's so dumb.
It's a beautiful painting though.
But yeah, the concept is
the
dumb.
It's just that mashup there. It's not our style.
Exactly. The mashup is dumb. The painting is amazing.
It's not my thing. The colors and the way he did it are incredible, but
yeah,
it's just it's not
I
my.
hate those mashups.
It's not my thing.
No.
But I thought it was cool that he got to take a picture with the second Death Star. So it's a cool little thing there. What else? I feel like I'm just meandering and just telling stories.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what it's about, bro. That's what it's about.
What's next?
I don't think there's anything next, but I just had some very dumb ideas over the past day.
Ooh.
Well, really only one. If they ever brought Star Wars Weekends back,
I hope not.
You could have a boy band. That's the Knights of Ren. Kylo would be their lead singer. Their first album would be called Hunting for a Scavenger. It's all right there. It's perfect.
Why are you thinking about this?
How awesome would that be? Palps would be their manager. Like, think about it. It'd be awesome. Or Snoke.
What would their hit song be called?
I don't know. Because
No,
the Knights don't
I
talk.
didn't burn it down.
Well, that'd be good. The Knights did burn it down, but Kylo didn't.
Oh yeah, Kylo.
Be like, it was them, not me. Like Shaggy's It Wasn't Me. It could be that. They could do a cover if it wasn't me.
And then they saw me burning it down.
It wasn't me.
And then Luke was in a pile. It wasn't me.
Well,
And
that
he
one was me.
popped it out open. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
R2 said that he saw me. It wasn't me. Now you got me thinking about this. Why?
Get Lin-Manuel Miranda involved to write the songs.
Okay, I'm on board until you brought that man's name
He
up.
wrote the songs on Taco Dana.
Most overrated musician. I just don't understand the appeal. That's one of those things of like it's just completely
He's
whatever
canon
it
too.
is.
He's in Star Wars. He's canon.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. But like, whatever that whole Hamilton thing is, I tried to watch it and I
was
sent
listening
you
to
a message
Hamilton
and I was
this
like,
morning.
"This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen."
No.
And I love history,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This is like, I love history. I like talented people. He is not talented. When it comes to singing, he is a terrible singer.
I agree. He's not a great
Oh my
singer.
God, I'm out here rapping.
Yeah,
Stop
I agree
it.
with that.
Put the mic. Just because you wrote it doesn't mean you have to be the star in it. And I'm sure it was probably one of those things that like he just probably couldn't afford to have someone else do it at the time, and it just became a thing.
But now we can.
But you don't have to do that now. Quit embarrassing yourself. You're not a talented rapper. You are a passable songwriter. Passable.
Whoa. Well, Disney knows he can't sing because they had him in Mary Poppins too, and they didn't let him sing.
He's not a good singer.
Yeah,
And
so they know that.
I mean, come at me. Adina Menzel
I agree
or
with
fucking
that.
him.
Oh, that's not any question.
Okay, well, that's who you have to compete with because she's
Yeah.
there doing Frozen.
Well, he couldn't even compete with Emily Blunt. 'Cause
No.
Emily Blunt sang in Mary Poppins.
and that's sad because she's an actor.
Well, Lynn kind of did. He did the same Hamilton type.
Oh, hey, governor.
Yeah.
I'm going to be rapping about cleaning your chimney.
Yeah.
I'm going to get down on one knee. And I'm going to... I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him.
Didn't mean to take it on this tangent. Knights of Ren, though. Awesome boy band. That'd be amazing. I want Star Wars Weekends to come back.
I don't.
That's all I want.
I'm good.
I never got to see him, so
I
that's
didn't
why.
either.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Dang.
I was going to take Bentley to the first one. Like, we'll go next year. And then the next year just didn't happen.
Jeez.
Because he was like a little older and he would have appreciated it more.
Yeah.
He'd have been like 4, I think, instead of 3. And then
And
it
you
just
would have
never
been a
happened.
year older, and you would have appreciated it more.
Appreciated it more, but
Yeah.
luckily he's not a big Star Wars fan, so I don't think he missed out. Also,
But
he's starting to like it more. The thing is
He
about
knew
Star
Slave
Wars
One.
is you
He knew
can't,
Boba Fett's ship.
yeah,
Like,
which I don't know how because I don't have like Boba Fett toys or anything.
you really don't. That's like the one character that you don't have much
I've
of.
never been a huge Boba Fett fan.
I never have either.
He's
And
cool.
He's cool now. He never was cool.
Like, ooh, that guy in the background that doesn't do anything. I'll take IG-88.
He didn't
For
do anything
Bosk.
either. But
That's
I
what I'm saying.
both.
Like, they're
They're-
just background characters.
Are they both going to be in? Well, not IG-88, but is Bosk going to be in Book of Boba Fett?
I feel like they could do it. I mean, it depends if he's alive or not, right? I mean, do we know
Yeah.
if he's alive?
We don't know if he's
There's a
dead.
Trandoshan Jedi in High Republic.
His
That's
name's
really
like
cool.
Trask.
Trask?
Trask is the name of the planet for Frog Lady.
Okay. I forget his name. But I like how
It's,
they
no, it's
talk.
Scree.
Scree. That's
Scree,
right. That's
yeah.
right. And I like how when they talk, all the S's is like 3 S's for
Yeah,
every
it's
word.
the same in Clone Wars too. And the one in
me
Squadrons.
show you.
There's one in I can't talk. Squadrons.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He's a pilot, rebel
Yeah.
pilot.
I think it's actually a she.
Oh, you're right. I think it is. Yeah.
I think she's.
We don't see one of them be good
She's a female.
often. So we see one good in Squadrons
And in High Republic.
and in High Republic. So that's cool.
Who's the character on that you see in the Jedi thing? I'm getting loopy from that CBD I just took. I'm getting very tired.
In
It's
the
quick.
Temple Challenge?
No.
No?
On the there's like the poster, the one I sent you of like it's like she's holding the Darksaber.
Oh, I have no idea.
Who is
She's in
that?
like the back corner. It's not the Darksaber, but it's like
Yeah, so
a
it
black
looks like
blade.
a Darksaber.
Yeah, it's like a black blade. I have no idea.
It's got to be something.
I've never seen it until you sent me that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wild.
But it's on the cover or one of the
Whatever
arts.
the arts
Yeah,
is to
it's
show all the
there.
characters.
So I'd love to
I'm
know
very
about
curious
that.
to what goes on with that character.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw Claudia Gray yesterday.
It's hard to tell with masks, but
I know what Claudia Gray looks. I've had a 15-minute conversation with her.
Right.
I think. I forgot to talk about Sam Carter. I know she was like I've talked to her. I'm 98% sure she was in line for Gideon's the other day at Disney Springs.
nice. The 11-hour line for cookies.
I was only 20 minutes today, but yes.
That's reasonable.
Have you been
That's
there yet?
doable. No, I still haven't.
It's so good.
I haven't been to Springs since it opened. It's been a while.
When are you free this weekend?
I mean, I'm free during the day, but
Tomorrow?
tomorrow during the day, yeah.
Come tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, come tomorrow. I think we're going. I'm not going anywhere tomorrow. We'll see.
Make your mind up.
See. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I'm too sore. I jacked my shoulder up.
Yeah.
I'm a mess from doing weightlifting again, and I'm sore and I can't move. And I walked 8 miles today, the sorest I've ever been. I pulled a muscle.
That's
in my
just
leg.
at Epcot.
It's
So
been- that's 100%
oh, seriously?
right.
Oh, that was a joke, but
Yeah.
wow, seriously.
Well, that's
Man.
not true. I guess I walked like 2 miles at Springs this morning, but
Jeez.
whatever.
I'm
I'm just sore and I'm ready to go to sleep.
You know who I think we're gonna see in Book of Boba Fett though? Make you happy? Definitely Cad Bane. He's gonna be there.
I don't think so. I think
You
Cad
don't think
Bane's
so?
toast.
Nah, man. I think we're gonna get to see some of that
He
like
would
beef.
be old as shit.
We don't know how long Duros live. Well, I don't know. I'm sure it's on
I bet it's in
Wikipedia.
the little. Let's
Sure.
see.
I'm sure it's on Wikipedia.
Look it up and see. While
Where's
you're doing
that?
that, I'm gonna tell you a story.
Fancy.
I was walking around the other day, World Showcase, and I bought a postcard-sized print of Big Al because I love Big Al.
Nice.
And I go up to the artist, his name is Sam Carter, and he goes, "Oh my God, I'm a huge fan." And I looked behind me and I was like, "Me?" And he goes, "Yeah. Can I get my picture with you?" And I was like, "What is happening?" And he thought I was Adam the Woo,
which has happened before.
which has
so
happened before.
It's reasonable.
But we talked for 15 minutes and he referenced stuff from the show. He's a fan. So shout out to Sam Carter.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool to meet that guy. That was wild. It was just so strange because I just was not expecting that. I swear to God, I walked by. I was like, he totally thought I was Adam the Woo. And Holly goes, "No, I don't think so." And I went up and talked to him again and like just clarified. And he's like, no. Yeah, no. I like what you guys do. So that was cool. So shout out to that guy, Sam Carter. Very talented artist.
Ugh, I cannot find how long they live.
It's probably not on there. You probably would need like the visual dictionary.
It has
Or
everything
the
to know about them, like
encyclopedia.
even where to find them, like what Rebels episodes, what movies episodes, like
It's probably not defined then,
it can't. Yeah, it's probably not.
which is a gray area, which means you could fill in that gray area with a story.
Holy crap! Yeah, I mean he's in comics, not him himself. I'm that species. They're in comics. They're in you name it. They're in it, but it does not have a single mention of how long they live.
All right, let's move on to the next thing. What else you got?
That is the next thing, bro.
That's it?
the thing.
So I thought you had notes.
That was it.
That weren't Kylo Ren and his boy band.
Nah, that wasn't even notes. That was just me thinking of amazing things at
Don't
Star
ever-
Wars
don't ever-
weekends.
I've had good ideas for stories.
Well, mine's not a
And
story.
that's what you. Okay,
Yours are canon,
But
awesome,
I've
cool
given you
things.
good stuff. And
Yeah.
You give me Kylo Ren and the Fearsome Five, or whatever the hell you named their band.
They'd just be. Well, you can't call them the Knights of Ren because that's disrespecting Kylo.
What? I'm not even entertaining. Why am I about to entertain this? I
don't know.
can't entertain this.
What would you call him? Since you're so good with ideas, you're a genius over here. What would you call him? I'm sure you'll have a good name. You always do.
Let's see. So, REN.
REN Speedwagon,
That's what I'm thinking. REN.
Speedsters,
No,
Speeders.
It has,
Their ship is called the Night Buzzard. If that helps you.
no,
I hate
it'd be
that
something
name.
like REN. REN. Ari and Sand Speeders.
Sand speeders.
I
That's
don't
not
know.
bad.
It'd be something stupid.
Ariane and the Knights. I don't know. Some
Called Let's Wrap This Podcast
the
up, 'cause
Supreme
I'm not
Leader and the
gonna keep-
Knights. I have no idea.
I
If
don't
you have
know.
a good name for it, let us know. I'd love to know.
or don't. That's completely
I'd
fine
need
too.
to know.
That's
And bring back that. Our
I'm
favorite.
gonna text you later this week, and I'm just like, this is it.
Yeah, I can't wait. And you can use that awesome hashtag if you want.
God.
Buy for Ben. Bring it back. It never happened, but bring
I
it
came
back.
this close to buying you something the other day, and it was just too much money. I couldn't justify it.
Dang.
But it
Why
was.
would you tell me that? That hurts.
It was because it was expensive.
It's probably because you're just mad I still haven't got you your Christmas gift. I've got it. It just
No.
isn't here.
No,
You're
I
mad.
don't-
You hate me. It's okay.
Yes, very much so.
Yep.
No, it was a Kylo Ren fighting Rey Thomas Kincaid painting.
I think I saw it yesterday at
And-
Festival of the Arts.
Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
things. I didn't love it,
The faces looked a little off to
and
me.
and that's why. And it was
Okay.
that, and then it was also the price. I was just like,
Well, I saw the price. I saw it yesterday.
well, it was one of the canvases, the smaller ones, but
Okay,
but
okay.
still, it was like.
The faces to me looked a little
Here's the
off.
thing: I have no problem spending $80 on you for a birthday present, but
Right,
I
I
have
know.
to love what it is.
Exactly. And
And
that's
I
why
was
you're
just kinda
such a
like-
good gift giver.
I was just kind of like, eh.
You're such a good gift giver. So
Oh, thank
that's
you.
fine.
But I was
yeah.
just like, I don't love it, and I don't know if he would love it, so I'm not spending. I'd rather spend, $80 on something that I know you're gonna love. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, and you did good because I saw it yesterday and I was like, I like most of it. But
Yeah,
those
there's
faces
something
are
off
off.
about it.
And
There's something off about it. I can't tell what it was.
It's like Uncanny Valley. Just
It's you know what it is? It's a painting, and this is gonna sound weird, but people who like art will know what I'm saying. There was like a lifelessness to it.
a little bit.
Like it didn't.
I'll
feel,
never be able to paint anything half that good.
No. I'm
but-
not shitting on.
No, I know you're not. But
on
I can't paint
Dan
at all.
Wonderlink, whatever the hell the guy's name is that
Yeah.
did it. But it's just not for me. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Same.
All right, man. Let's wrap this up. I'm really getting tired. My shoulder really hurts. What else you want to talk about? Anything else? Is that it?
That is it.
You didn't want to do the episode 9 visual dictionary thing?
We can save that. I already said my biggest grievance. No
Let's
Palpatines.
just do it now. Since I
We
brought
do
it
it
up.
now?
Yeah, I got a few more minutes where this really kicks in, but I'm getting very sleepy.
There's no Palpatine mentions, pictures, anything. And there's nothing about Rey's parents. Not a picture, not a mention, nothing.
What do you think the reason behind that is?
I just think one was made before the other. Like
You think so?
I don't know.
You
One
think
was
they had,
okay.
like-
One was like finalized and finished before the other.
Do you
Had
think
to
they
be.
just didn't put it in there because they didn't want it leaked out because it could
I
be
don't
leaks?
because they
I mean,
didn't
there's been
put
stuff leaked from Lego sets.
yeah, and they didn't put Luke in the gallery for
Yeah,
season 2.
that's right. We watched the
So-
gallery and he's not in there at all.
Yeah, Luke's not
and
mentioned.
all that footage
at
is
all.
way ahead of time.
Yeah,
where they're
so
filming
that's
the
the same
episode.
idea, I guess. They didn't want to spoil Luke.
But here's
Maybe
the thing:
they
just
didn't wanna
delay the
spoil
visual
Palps.
dictionary then.
But also, they spoiled Palps in the trailer.
Yeah, he's back.
So
But
they
I wonder
spoiled
if
him in
it's
frickin' Fortnite. So he's back.
But I wonder if it's just they didn't want like that. I really think it was just they didn't want details about him being
I
back
don't
coming
know.
out because
I don't
there's
know
no
at all.
Snoke reference. There's really nothing. It's a very weird. Like it's like I remember looking through it the first time and I was like, did I miss the Palpatine stuff? And like trying to
Yeah,
go back and find it. I'm like,
same.
it's not here. Okay, weird. Yeah, I just was like not paying attention and just like
But no,
went past
it's
it.
not
It was
there.
just not there. It's very odd. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if they're gonna do like an updated version of it. That was my other thought. I was like,
I hope so. That's an
maybe
easy
they're-
way to get another $25
Yeah,
out
but
of me.
That's so shitty. I hate when
It's
they do
what
that.
they do, though. It's,
I hate it. Like
I do too.
I
but
bought it.
yeah,
Give me the content.
yeah. Nope, not there.
It's so upsetting.
So I mean, I'll go through the few negatives, not few, I guess, but the negatives first, and we'll end on a high note. I'll give you my positives, but the contradictions to the Rise of Kylo Ren on page 9 of the visual dictionary. It says, and I quote: "Ben Solo destroys Luke's Jedi temple." It's on like the timeline. It gives when it happens. So that's the quote. It says Ben Solo destroys Luke's Jedi temple on page 9, but he doesn't. And then on page 27, we get the same type idea. It quotes, "Ben falls to the dark side and destroys Luke's temple." But he doesn't. So
So here's what I've always heard from Star Wars. Whenever, because it's gonna happen, just because there's so many things you're telling stories and so many different forms of media. Somebody's gonna step on someone's toes at some point, right?
Yeah.
They have always said whatever the movies say takes precedent canon-wise over other forms of media.
right, and I'm fine with that. That's logical. It makes sense because it's a visual medium.
But you
Like-
did a whole like 4-part very popular comic book that says the opposite.
Yeah, at the same time too. It wasn't like one was
leading
made
up to
decades later.
Well, the last issue came out day of release.
Yeah.
Day before?
I think we were like reading it
On the
in
way
the
to the
car
movie.
on the way to the theater to see episode 9.
So I think it was that day, right?
It had to be.
Well, we read it that day anyway.
Yeah.
So,
But
It
I
was
know it
close
came
enough
out
to the
within
time.
that week for sure.
I feel like it was the same day.
I think it was too, because I think we were like excited to see it. It's like, oh, this is out. Like, should we read it because of spoilers? But
Yeah.
it wasn't spoilers, but we decided to read it. Obviously,
So does this, since it's a visual dictionary of the movie,
that's when it gets
does
confusing
this take precedence
over a comic.
Hmm.
If you follow that logic, then it would have to. But if you follow the logic that you love Ben Solo and Kylo Ren, then it doesn't.
Very weird.
I don't know. If we see it in Mandalorian, like Tom will duck, our buddy Tom, then we'll finally get a definitive answer.
Yeah, because it would be a
But-
visual medium.
Yeah.
But do you think it was?
I don't know.
Wow. Okay. How do you think Ryan Johnson intended it?
I think ultimately it's like an artistic choice. He leaves it up to the viewer to make their mind up. That's why he does the whole like Rorschach, whatever the
Looked
hell
it
it's
up
called.
last time. I forget what it's
Yeah,
called.
whatever it's called. The 3 flashbacks of the same event. I think that's the reason why he did it. But I don't know. I think
But
he
the
leaves it up to
outcome
us.
is the same.
Yeah. Ben does turn. He does attempt to kill Luke, but he thinks Luke is going to kill him.
The only thing I don't like about the Rise of Kylo Ren, it's like it makes it seem like they were already hanging out, him and Snoke.
Yeah, they kind of were a little bit.
He goes to that weird planet. It looks like
It's
it's a
Foresty, flowery.
but it looks like what is it when it's like the
a
plants?
sanctuary.
No,
or
the plants where they're like covered like a greenhouse.
Yeah.
It's kind of a greenhouse looking planet.
Almost kind of looks like Tony Baxter's original land pavilion
Yeah.
or something. Like,
And he's got like Middle Eastern clothes on for some reason.
yeah, he doesn't have his golden robes.
I didn't like
That
the
part is weird. That is definitely the worst part of the Kylo Ren comic.
because
Yeah,
it doesn't
by
make
far.
sense, right? I mean, if
It makes sense, but I don't like the design of it.
that's when the comic books feel like they are comic books, and so they should feel like comic books. But
Yeah.
like sometimes you're just like, all right, well, that's clearly not anything that I should take seriously.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say it's left up to the audience, but then if you read the comic, it kind of tells you which way to think. So I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Until proven otherwise, I'm just going to say he doesn't kill anybody except the 2 that he kills. Not the 100 that people say he killed. But I don't know. It could be proven wrong. I'll
I don't
accept
know,
it
man.
too
It's
if I'm
one of those
proven
things
wrong.
where it's like they specifically said if the movie says it, then it's what the movie says.
Yeah.
So he never said he didn't do it in the movies. He kind of always took credit for it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Say it.
Yeah, he takes credit for that, but he doesn't take credit for doing anything.
Does he not in Last Jedi? He doesn't say anything.
He doesn't ever talk about the temple or students. He talks about like, what he did to Luke.
No. Yeah, but that's what happens.
Yeah, what he did to Luke, that's what happens. Kylo does
I want to
that
rewatch
to
Last
Luke.
Jedi and watch those scene with her and
Yeah.
Rey.
Yeah.
With him and Rey, because I feel like they say something in that scene.
Nothing
about
about the students or the temple. It's just all about Luke and Kylo.
Damn you sequels.
You're awful. I hope the Mandalorian erases you.
I
Not really. My last 2 bad things. I mean, it's not important for the overall story, but it would have been cool to see John Williams' character in the visual dictionary. But
thought he was.
yeah, I didn't find him at all in the section under Kijimi. They have a whole section of like the planet Kijimi.
He
and
actually
the
might
people
be
there.
in the visual dictionary that was upgraded for episode 9.
Maybe. I hope so.
Let me
'cause he's
look
not in
and
this
see.
one.
I feel like
He's not
I
in this
feel like I saw that. Let me double check.
Because that would have
Keep
been
talking.
awesome, just to like. I mean, obviously it's him and it's confirmed, like obviously in the credits and everything. But it would have been like a complete confirmation to be like, he's in the visual dictionary. His character has this big old backstory. Like he's been a bartender at this and this bar. He's from whatever planet. That would have been really cool to see. But I mean, it's awesome enough. We got him in the film, and it's confirmed. Obviously, it's him. But I would love to see more backstory on his character because that's what Star Wars is about. Given
That was
random.
one of my favorite bonus features of that movie.
In the
was-
documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah, the section
I
on
loved
him.
it.
How everything around him is a reference to his 11 Oscar noms. Is it 11? Maybe more, but yeah.
Whatever number. Yeah.
Yeah. The only person that has more Oscar noms is actually Walt Disney. Pretty crazy.
Do we know his character's name?
No, I don't. I don't know. I should and I want to. I can tell you the name of the character that's driving Lando's little like tread crawler on Basana. I've made a point to know that. It's actually female. Her name is Kalone.
You're a dork.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this. I swear to God, I feel like I saw this.
Such a cool cameo, just to have John Williams just hanging out in some backwater bar on Kijimi.
It's so funny too because I didn't realize it until 3 or 4 times watching that movie.
Yeah,
me
me neither.
God, that's him.
Yeah, I was like, why are we just panning in on this random dude? Who cares? But now I get it. But I'd love to know more about him.
Paige Tico.
Very cool character, especially in the comics. Paige and Rose are awesome.
Lexo Saga. He's one of the characters that was in that god awful book. He was one of the. He was like the masseuse. Oh yeah, it was like the. All right. I'll have to look in this. I can't see. It's too dark. We'll check it. All right. What's the next grief?
My last grief is page 34/35 has a double spread of a map of the galaxy, which that is awesome. So that's on my.
Let me guess your complaint.
My pro.
It doesn't show Batu.
Actually, no, that's one of the pros.
Oh,
this map does have Batu.
No, I thought that
freaking
was
awesome.
sure what it was going to be.
But it doesn't have Chandrilla or Castellan.
What's Castellan?
You're going to hate it because it's the planet from Resistance.
Oh, I don't hate that.
Okay. Because
that show just didn't live up to its potential. It also changed themes halfway through.
Yeah, it did. And
That's a show about racing. And then Poe Dameron shows up, and then it's not at all about racing.
And it didn't ever go full out on what it was trying to do. But so that's my list of grievances right there. We'll get to the good things now. But no Chandrilla or Castellan. That awesome map, which is cool to see this giant map of the galaxy. But
okay, I know the planet Chandrilla. Why is?
Come on, it's me you're talking about. So think about it.
Is it Ben Solo's home planet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you not have that?
No, I thought I had it because I said it. I just. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, the visual illustrator for episode 9. That's very odd.
The main character doesn't have his home planet. All right, cool.
I thought it was cool they made him from Corellia, like his old pops. But what are you gonna do?
So we'll finally get to my list of cons, get to my list of pros here. On page 91, we get a little bit about Poe. I mean, we knew this ahead of time, but Poe was born on Yavin 4. And then it mentions that it gives his life timeline, and it mentions that he was a spice runner first, and then he went to the Resistance.
That's the book Poe Dameron Freefall or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That I started reading and I got 2 chapters in, and then I got the High Republic book, and I just can't. I don't have time. I literally just don't have time to read these books anymore. I want to.
Hard. You just have to pick and choose.
I'm gonna just I'm just gonna start doing. As much as I like having the physical books, I have to start doing audiobooks again.
You can still buy the physical book,
but then I'm buying the same book twice.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to have it on display in the garage. I'm just gonna have to start doing audiobooks because that's the only thing I have time for.
And then we get
because I can do that. It's not the problem with reading is I have to find enough time to sit down.
Yeah.
Read, comprehend it, and continue on with my day, and that's an hour a day. I don't have that.
Yeah.
But while I'm driving, I can listen to it. While I'm walking to the park,
I can
listen to it.
It's fine. Read and drive. It's fine.
With no doors and no top?
Yeah, it's fine.
Super safe.
Yeah. I'm having that same problem trying to read one of the biggest Star Wars books I've ever seen right now. I'm trying to get through in a good way because I like it. Lost Stars, and it's it's 500 pages long, and I'm
but small
60
font,
in.
And it's a
That's true.
Is that my copy of that you have?
No, it's Taylor's.
Oh, I forgot. Somebody stole that book from me.
Oh, great. So the pros going on with Poe Dameron in his timeline, it mentions Kazuto Xiono, which is cool. It says he helps recruit him to the Resistance. So that's a tie-in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a tie-in to Resistance.
That's pretty cool.
And then
he does absolutely nothing to help the Resistance go forward.
He's in episode 9.
He goes, ooh.
Yeah. Yep. And now the coolest
connection. He's in
episode
9?
I mean, he's there. He's not in episode 9. But he's in the thousands of ships that come and save the day.
Oh, I thought you saw his character in the background.
No, we should have. It would have been cool, but no. But the coolest connection in Poe's timeline is it mentions the finalizer above Batu.
Really?
Yeah, it mentions that's the last thing that he does. It's the Battle of Batu or whatever, finalizer incident.
That's dope.
So that's pretty sweet seeing.
Get out of there.
And then page 73, we get some stuff about
We can't.
Leia.
We're caught in a tractor beam. It's pulling us in.
Exactly. It's go get some more friends and make this a fair fight.
Stay here. I'll come back for you.
Stay strong. That's what he says.
Stay strong.
I just leave everybody and come back. That's what I do.
He says that exact same sentence to BB-8. I'll be back. I'll come back for you.
Yep. So then it's page 73. We get some stuff about Leia, how she quits training before Ben was born. I actually didn't know it was before Ben was born.
It says it in 9.
Well, she just is like, she sees the death of her son at the end of her training. So
Yeah.
we don't know if Ben's born yet or not. So that's
I had always assumed that it was
so
before.
she knows she's going to have a son?
I just assumed. I need to watch that sequence again.
Yeah, I do too, but that just shows the timeline of when that happens. So that was cool. And then page 126, we get some info of Ochi of Bastoon and his connection to Yup Tashu, one of the acolytes of the Beyond. So I don't think Ochi is exactly an acolyte of the Beyond, but he's like associated with them.
Ochi, I know that name.
The guy that has the dagger.
Oh, okay.
Ochi.
Yes.
So he's
the
like
guy that kills Rey's parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we already mentioned it, but page 34 and 35 has the awesome map of the galaxy. It has Batuu. Very awesome.
Very cool.
And then some info of the Knights of Ren. There's probably, if you want to know more about the Knights of Ren, this is the place to go. There's more here than even in the Kylo Ren comic.
I don't like the origin of the Knights of Ren.
I'm okay with it. I don't know what I would have done. What would you do different?
Just have them be students at Luke's school.
Okay, you're right.
Like, they don't need to be this
But then
ancient
Kylo
order
has-
of things.
Then Kylo has to be the one that kills everybody except
I
him.
like that way better
I kind of do too.
than him just being like, I'm misunderstood.
Hey now,
Like, come on.
watch it.
You know I'm right.
No, I'm saying that would be cool. I would like that, but he's not Anakin. Come on, don't make him Anakin.
It's a Skywalker trait to be whiny.
Yeah, you're right. He's the least whiny.
sand.
He's the least whiny of them.
No, he's not.
He's the least whiny. He throws more tantrums, but he's not.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, that's a tantrum. He's mad. He's angry.
No.
He's not whiny.
That's whiny.
Okay. That's one quote.
Did you hear to save my soul?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ben.
I'm
sure you are.
That's one quote. You can name like 30 Anakin and 30
Whiny
Lukes.
doesn't just mean like, Kids who are whiny also throw temper tantrums. He is hands down the most whiny
He's
Skywalker.
the most tantrum-y.
I don't like sand.
He doesn't say that.
You turned her against me.
He doesn't say
You
that.
have done that yourself.
Yep. Those are 2 Anakin quotes.
Liar.
Another Anakin quote. Anakin, he's the most whiny.
He is the most whiny.
There you
Did I
go.
say Kylo Ren was most
Yeah,
whiny?
you said
I'm
Kylo.
just being silly.
You are silly.
Anakin is for sure the most whiny.
Thank you.
And then Kylo Ren?
No.
The only time Luke was whiny was
When he wants to go to Tashi Station to pick up
because
some
of power
converters.
but also when he's like, I have to help my friends, Master Yoda. I can't leave them.
Yeah.
But I want to go see my friends.
And then he's like, I can't lift it. It's too big or whatever.
do
Judge me by your size.
Size, do you? Do or do not. There is no try.
You want the impossible.
There he goes. He's our last hope. No. There is another. Who's he talking about?
Yoda should have said another. There
Talking
is.
about Leia?
Yoda
Talking about
is.
Leia.
Yoda is.
Gotta be talking about Rey Skywalker.
Oh my gosh, that's
One day,
Oh.
Rey will come to us. Well, he knows Rey. We must not lose Rey. Says it in Last Jedi.
Yeah, but in that moment, we know it from a certain point of view. Yoda is talking about Leia.
Yeah, because he thought
He
Luke
wanted
was
to
gonna
train
be Leia.
Yeah, he thought Leia was.
That's
coming
such
to
a
him.
cool. Was that Claudia Gray that wrote that?
That excerpt. I don't know.
I'm pretty
It had
sure.
to be, 'cause she's good. It's good.
Let's look that
Probably.
up, shall we?
Okay, you look
See if
that
we
up.
can
I'll
find
finish my list of pros here. So page 58, we get information on a specific Knight of Ren. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. Trudgeon. His helmet is actually part of a Death Trooper's helmet. So that is a cool connection to Rogue One. The following page, page 59, my favorite Knight of Ren, Aplak.
Gary D. Schmidt.
Huh.
It's called There Is Another.
Nice. Is that the best certain point of view story?
For me, yeah.
Okay. I don't know many of them. I actually haven't read any of them. I'm just going off of hearing people talk about them. But that's the best one I've heard. And I always forget how you feel about the whole R5 point of view.
Stupid.
You don't like that one?
No.
Okay. And that's like your boy. So if you don't like that story, that's saying that
It was pointless.
yeah.
He knew that he had to blow himself. It was just silly.
Yeah, to save the rebellion, to help R2. Yeah. So Aplek, my favorite Knight of Ren, he has a Mandalorian Executioner Vibro Axe, which is made of Beskar. So that would be a very cool thing if they do, like we're saying, if Mando goes to save Grogu from the Knights of Ren, that'd be a cool connection. And then page 99, BB-8 has a mention of the fueling station on Castellan. So that's another connection.
What is this in?
The Castellan?
What are you talking about? I was reading something else. I'm sorry.
Jumping back to the pros list of pros.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, there's another mention of the fueling station on Castellon, on page 99, and then last but not least, well, probably is least, honestly, page 137 talks about a bounty hunter from Kijimi. He's the one that has, like, if you saw the picture of him, his head is like just giant set of teeth. His name is Carib Bliss, and he has whistling birds. So another Mandalorian connection.
Who does?
So if you, well, let me flip to it. It's page 37, or you can. Page 137. The guy, his name is Carib Bliss. Basically his whole head is just like a giant set of teeth. He just has whistling birds in his repertoire of weapons. So another Mandalorian connection. There's many Mandalorian connections in the Episode 9 Visual Dictionary. I don't know if it's intentional.
Because
Page 137. I don't know if it's intentional, but there's so many Mandalorian
Rough Dart
connections.
Ding?
No, that's actually
Carib Dis?
Carib Bliss. Carib Bliss.
Dis.
Oh, Dis?
Carib Dis.
Dis. Oh, I need to change my notes. Okay.
Whistling Bird,
I can't
Mandalorian,
read.
Rocket. Yo, that's wild, because this was way before. This was a year before.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Mandalorian led up to
That's right, because the
Rise of
whole Force
Skywalker.
healing happened.
That's right.
The week that episode 9
episode
came
9
out.
came out. Yep.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. That's pretty cool. That's a cool little tie-in.
Yeah.
How did he
but
get Whistling Birds, though?
I don't know. He's not Mandalorian, so
Huh.
I
Interesting.
don't know. Many Mandalorian
Unless he
connections.
is a foundling.
Could be. You're right. They
be
couldn't make a
foundling.
helmet big enough to go over that big ass
That's
set of teeth.
I like the character design of that guy, though. He's
I
cool.
do too.
He's
Yeah.
cool. All right, man. Is that it?
That is it, my
Let's
friend.
wrap
I'm
this
finally
up.
glad I got that off my chest.
Exhausted. All right. Follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/BradVentures. And you can go on Instagram and follow me at the Brad Ventures over on Instagram.
Nice.
Evan, where can they find you over on the gram?
The gram, the IG, not IG 11 or 88.
The IG.
The IG. Wow. Evan T. Boucher, just my name, plain and simple.
Beautiful. Rate and review the show on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you listen to it, Spotify, wherever you listen to the show. Leave a review. I know it sounds silly, and I know everyone tells you to do it, but the reason we tell you to do it is because it does make a difference, and it helps the algorithm figure out that more people are listening to the show than other shows, and it moves you up. That they don't know unless it's interaction. So please do that. Helps us out quite a bit. One of the biggest months we've ever had, even though we didn't release an episode. So thank you guys for listening to the podcast. It means a lot to us. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. And until the next time, stay safe out there, and may the Force be with you.
Always.